Make y'all famous. Oh, we're on TV. Oh, this thing.
Oh, that's
Okay.
better. Oh. Go brush my hair.
All right, we will call the meeting to order March 14th, 2023 at 4 p.m. If we could please turn off all electronic devices during the meeting and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball.
All right, roll call.
Alrighty, Chairman Aspa, absent. Vice Chair Beavers?
Here.
Member Parker?
Here.
Member Page?
Here.
Member Rodriguez?
Here.
Member Hartless?
Here.
And I will show Council Liaison Daniels and Steve Ziegler, Public Works Director, as President Will.
All right. Do we have any call to the public or anything? Melissa?
There was none
Nothing?
presented to the
Okay.
clerk.
All right, reports and updates.
Good afternoon, everybody. So let me start off with the City Park ball field light replacement is scheduled for the week of the 27th. So they will be putting that light in out there. Could take them the entire week, but should be good to go by the end of the week.
And where's that light? I'm sorry.
Between Field 1 and Field 2.
Oh, okay. In the grass area? Okay.
Kind of splits between the two, right there where that, the cable
Mm-hmm.
kind of fence line is there. It's right there.
Okay.
All the equipment's been delivered, so basically the contractor will just show up and start installing.
Okay.
Cemetery staff is completing the irrigation to get Serenity and Tranquility on automatic irrigation. So they're finishing up. There were 2 more valves to do, and then they can start running the control wire to all of that to get it all on automatic control. That's what's happening at the cemetery. Other than that, just normal routine stuff at the parks with maintenance and weekly stuff. Trying to think if there's anything new that's come up.
Is Little League okay to be playing the week of March 27th there then, or?
Yeah, their work will take place during the day,
Okay.
and then they'll be gone for the evening, so you guys will be fine. We did have an issue last night with our lighting over there.
Ask.
The timer shut off.
Yeah, it's 7.
The timer shut off, so we just need to look at the timer. I think the issue was it was the daylight savings switch or program was in place, so it changed. Because Scott's adjusted that, and it's set for your per your park request for Little League. So, but it did shut off last night. Yeah, so you should be fine with any Little League activity for the evening there. That's really it. And I think at the last meeting I let you know that we did get the splash pad controller back up and running, so that's good to go. That will obviously be turned on April 1st as planned. And we had some good news offered to us by Mayor Hartless today regarding backpacks, and this is for the back to school event. So was it a grant?
Yeah, grant or some sort of.
They got essentially 400 and some odd backpacks and folders and miscellaneous stuff for school. So he's gonna donate, I think he said, half of those materials to the town for that back to school event that we have annually. So that's some good news. And then outside of that, one more thing for the cemetery, which this committee approved was the tree installation, the donations by Debbie. I've reached out to her. I know she was in Hawaii for a long time. I think she is back. So she was just waiting till things warm up, and then we can install or she will call and order the trees. The service will actually come out, deliver the trees, install or dig the holes and actually plant the trees. We've already run our irrigation, so they'll be good to go once that happens. And that's it, unless you guys have any questions.
What about the recent vandalism at the park? Was the equipment destroyed? Is it usable?
Yeah,
or-
so the vandalism, Sunday night, essentially between 3:30 PM Sunday and 6 AM Monday morning. So Monday morning when we went out there, obviously all of the vandalism was discovered. It does appear that they destroyed the cameras, yes. So the cameras, I have no video footage of anybody approaching or anything, so nothing was unfortunately captured with the culprits now. This is probably the same person that's been tagging the restroom for all these years, unfortunately. But we're going to move forward with a different style of camera, a dome-type camera. And then we'll see what happens. But I'm actually have Matt Klein, he works over there at Davis. He has a pressure washing business just to save us some time, and he was gonna go take a look at it today and give me a price to actually get it all pressure washed off and cleaned off. So hopefully we can get that done here by the end of the week. But yeah, so it's an ongoing issue. So I wasn't able to do any sort of police report. I can't submit it for insurance claim because it'll be below my deductible. So it does make sense to submit it for the claim. And it's just the ongoing issue that we've had at all the parks, unfortunately. That one in particular. I did talk to my IT guy about an additional camera to capture the section of the restrooms that faces the Aaron Hill ball field. Because the way that we have to position the cameras to capture who's going into the restrooms, it doesn't allow us to fully see who's walking along that fence line, because you could essentially walk along that fence line and get to that side without any detection whatsoever. And so that's been kind of one of the issues. But this time they did that, and then obviously wanted to make it sure that they didn't see who was doing it, and so they knocked those cameras out. Don't know how they did it, obviously, but yeah, they're who knows. So we're going to come up with an additional camera, hopefully off of a mount, and point it towards that part of the building so we can capture people coming from that side.
Is there a way that we can set up lights underneath the canopy for the playground, like solar lights? Because when it gets, in the wintertime, when it gets dark earlier, we can't see our kids playing unless we're like looking for them. So
It's something I can look into.
okay.
That's at Western.
I did have one thing before we move on. The girls over at the Community Health Outreach Program have their Teen Solutions group, and they have been planning the cemetery cleanup, and they haven't had a lot of response yet. So if you could share the flyer, it's on our Facebook page, it's on their Facebook page. So if you know anybody interested, they would appreciate the help.
Just real quick on that, we have our community team meeting at the hospital on Thursday, and I put it on our agenda to try to get some volunteers from the hospital to go and help, so.
Perfect. And one last thing from me, I did receive a application from another community member. It was too late to get it on the agenda, so I'll be bringing that back to you guys next time. So hopefully that'll bring us back to our 7. If anybody else has an application, have them turn it in, and I'll get that on the agenda as well.
If we had more than one applicant, we do alternates? Because I know on the library board, we had like alternates that, okay.
If we have the applications, absolutely. We just don't ever have more than one or two applications.
And that's it for my update.
Cool. All right. Old business, soccer fields. Do we know what we're,
This was a David Lucas item, wasn't it? We tabled
Yeah.
it last month and we
Okay.
said bring it back.
Okay.
The same with the music in the park. We tabled that and said bring it back.
okay. So soccer fields, I'm gonna scratch. Music in the park. What was that event?
That was a Jennifer thing.
Okay. Okay, committee attendance.
We've talked about that
Yeah.
twice already.
Yeah.
We
we
can,
can-
we can get rid of
Okay.
that.
The most important thing, the Easter extravaganza, it's coming up very, very fast. So, I know Jennifer had reached out to me and asked me to buy some extra large eggs, for like the littlest kids to take pictures with. So I have some big eggs, like 12-inch and some 6-inch. Has anybody got any other egg donations or with candy and?
The hospital, we got, I think Julie said she got 300 eggs that we were going to donate.
And I know River Church, I think it is, the one upriver,
Mhm.
they had reached out to me about how many eggs do we need and whatnot. So I've talked to them.
Okay.
There was also a donation of eggs from Native Air that we have here. I don't know if you have any more.
No, I just.
When do you
whatever's
need
been-
the eggs by, Amy? Is there a certain time? Because I think the hospital, we just have to stuff them with the can. We've got the eggs, we've got the candy, we just got to stuff them.
I mean, just, we can receive them up until
Till the morning
Thursday.
of,
Yeah,
well,
the
because I mean,
morning of
the
even,
morning
yeah.
of, we basically, we're gonna set up the same way with the big cross in the middle.
Mhm.
Okay, so we just were out there last time, just spreading and spreading. I mean, there was a lot. I mean, how big were those boxes that you had last year? Do you remember how many was in them?
It's like 1,000 eggs, I want to say.
But there must have been.
Last year, but we're not getting a lot this year of the lot.
Okay.
And I was just gonna pick up, I've had at the chamber, Parker Rotary, EWS, Parker Boat Co. I guess the Eagles. There's 5 of them that have donated $250 at the chamber, but they're still not.
50 each or just 250 together?
$250 each.
Each?
That's
So
cool.
5 businesses have done that, so. I have them written down. I don't know if they're-
Did that flyer go out already asking for eggs?
The chamber sent it out like the week after your guys' last meeting.
We just need to like refine it and,
Yeah, because I haven't seen it at all.
like, we just need to repost it again.
Is it on the Chamber's Facebook page?
Not that letter, it went out via email to all the chamber members, so the actual flyer is, but not the letter asking for donations. Yeah, and the letter should be something that's given to a business owner by someone. It's not really a Facebook type of.
So we can take the flyer and share it and say we're looking for eggs, blah, blah, blah.
There's hard copies of the flyers. I made 45 copies, so if you want to take a few and post those around, it is on our Facebook page as well. I have scheduled our social media guy to run that a few times over the next few weeks, is what I asked, so.
So we did drop the eggs off to you or to the town?
Either or.
Okay.
And this is, what time do we need to be there on April 8th to help?
So it has
Starts at
10 till
10.
noon. I think we were out there as early as like 8 o'clock
Yeah, I think that was.
because we were just,
Yeah, I spoke with Jennifer today, and she wants to set up the closure earlier to help out with the hayride too. And so we've talked about how she wants to, because Vince is basically at the point where he's like, I'm done, unless something else happens with regards to the street, because he had issues at the Christmas event. So we'll do some additional kind of barricades and some caution tape along Desert. And she even talked about moving the fire truck over there to Riverside and Desert. I don't think we need to go that far, but because nobody really comes in there and it's when they come around and go through 9th Street and 8th Street, they park along there. Well, anyway, last year, or at the Christmas event, he was confronted and, threatened this and that, because he was trying to say, well, I'm trying to pull around here and this is a hayride section. Can you park somewhere else, please? And they just basically, wanted to have issue with him. And he's like, I'm done unless something else happens. So we talked about it. She talked about monitoring it, and we'll do a little more road closure to assist with that. But so we're going to be there early setting up as far as the closure is concerned. So whenever you guys want to show up, we'll be there. I'm thinking like 7 a.m.
Right, so, I mean, we need help because there's the Easter Bunny gonna still be there?
Easter Bunny, apparently there's a petting zoo of
Did they get the petting
some sort. Yeah, Jennifer had mentioned.
Oh, I know she was gonna talk to.
I talked to the FFA teacher and he said that,
Nobody has animals anymore.
yeah, and I said, I know you guys are selling them at the auction, but if you guys have any animals that go home, because some of them take them home, I'm like, and he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I told Jennifer, I was like, Mr. Munoz said,
Oh, gosh.
sure, no problem. Yeah, I was gonna say
I
there's,
think we got 4 of them.
Miss Parker has a goose.
Not a
Yeah.
cow.
And yeah.
You all pick it
Yeah,
up.
she bought a goose on
Goose,
Saturday.
chicken, turkey.
The animals we bought are
Pigeons.
processed. We didn't take them home.
Jennifer and I met with the VFW upriver because they always did their egg hunt at the same time. And this year they said they are not gonna do it and that they're gonna combine with the one in town. And they're donating eggs and baskets as well.
yeah.
Just because they said last year they only had like less than 20 kids show up to there, so they would rather do a big community one. But she did say at that meeting that a petting zoo was confirmed. She did tell.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty
sure
sure
she said that, so.
I don't know who, but
Did they say how many baskets they were donating?
they said they generally do 25.
Okay, perfect.
And so she said 5 for each age group, I think she
Okay.
said. And then they said they were gonna do the eggs as well too.
And
And you guys
then,
had the bags, right?
yes, that I checked after we were done here and we're pretty sure there's 500 bags in the box. They're just kind of like the little blue tote bags that have the town seal on them. So, I mean, perfect
They're
for
perfect.
tossing some eggs in. And then they can reuse them for Halloween.
But their baskets aren't baskets like for kids to use. Their baskets were they wanted to do special eggs. And
Oh.
inside the egg, it says you win a basket. And then
Oh.
you go get it and they're already gonna have it stuffed with toys and
Oh,
stuff.
okay,
So
perfect.
that's what, they said they've always done it up there at theirs.
Okay, that sounds
Is
fun.
Crips the same day?
Yes. No, I
No,
lied.
Crips
They're
is
on
day
the
before.
1st.
They're the first.
Okay, I take back my,
And then as far as like the vendor game booths, have you had a lot of signups for those or?
I haven't checked the list recently, but we do have a list going. I've heard her on the phone several times of people calling and signing up, so I'm not sure how many exactly there are.
So the biggest thing we need help with is getting the eggs out and on the
Setup.
ground. Yeah, because it got to the point like we were just like throwing the boxes because we needed to get the eggs on the ground, and we need people watching to make sure the kids aren't picking them up before it starts. Somebody to stand by the Easter Bunny to keep the line in order to take pictures. I think she even had like chocolate bunnies last time because I remember having to. But I
Weren't
don't.
they gonna have the police explorers go and do the,
I don't know what they were gonna do. I did reach out to Chief Bailey.
I think,
Even before
aren't the
this,
police
so-
explorers the ones that kind of barricade the egg
Last
situation?
year I don't know. We did.
Or was it the FFA group that did that?
I don't remember.
I
I
believe
think it was you
Yeah.
and Tiffany Dyer.
Yeah. I don't think we had anybody. If we do, that'd be great.
I mean, we can
I mean,
probably get a
I'll
club.
check again and see if the explorers are gonna be there.
we had to like keep the kids back basically because as
Oh,
we were just throwing eggs, everybody was like, "Let's go!"
Yeah.
So, and then we have to put up signs for each group. So,
The age groups?
because like the littlest kids ones will have these giant eggs in them, and then most of the rest of them have the little tiny ones.
Yeah, so Megan just texted, we have two people confirmed to set up booths. Jennifer has that list, so I don't know who she's reached out to. So I sent her that list after the last meeting.
Did you find the banners? Did you check?
Still
the yard?
looking.
Okay.
Yeah, they've looked in the basement and
We couldn't find any of the, like, she had like the eggs on sticks, like the little, we couldn't find any of
yeah,
those.
so.
Oh yeah, she had like
But
arrows.
But you
and
were
all that
gonna
stuff.
order them
I'll order
regardless,
some
yeah,
new
so
ones if
could
you
you?
don't. Yeah.
I'm still searching and
And then we were gonna gonna
so
do eggs
far.
too, so I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna give eggs too, so I just haven't got there.
So I mean, we're roughly probably have at least 2,000 eggs already.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, 'cause five, what, five?
You have the
times two
1,250, the hospital at 300 is 1,550, and then you still have River Church Native Air,
and
so,
VFW.
and VFW.
Yeah.
So I think it's
we should be okay.
plenty.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Last year, like, our spare room was full. So this one is like, when you look at it, there's not that many.
Did we confirm DJ Fabe? Does
I
anybody
have
know?
not heard.
Was Jennifer reaching out? I don't remember. We'll have to ask.
Wait, I think somebody did confirm.
I thought Mandy,
Yeah, I
Was
thought
Mandy
Mandy had
talking to him?
confirmed for
kind of
something,
confirmed him.
because she was saying the last time he got snagged for another event that she had,
Right.
but she was,
He
I
did
feel
say
like she
yes.
might have
okay.
mentioned that in the last meeting.
I
that
think
she
she was
confirmed
already
him.
said, yeah, that he was confirmed,
Yeah.
but we might want to check. Sometimes or never.
Do we need anything else on that one?
Just everybody to come. It's nice when everybody comes.
Did you do t-shirts? I know you were talking about it, Gloria.
I did do t-shirts for us. I didn't get one for Daniel, because I kind of forgot about him, sorry. But I
When
can
you
have
don't come, you can't get counted, right?
have a t-shirt for you made if you would like. But I did get t-shirts made for
They're
well,
kind
the
of, kind of
girls in
girly.
the committee.
I got a hoodie, I'll be good.
Your tan. It might be a little hot.
I could have one though, if you want. I mean, there's always other events that will definitely get you a shirt.
So we're gonna everybody try to be there by 8 o'clock then.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm gonna
I'll be
leave
there.
right now, but I'm definitely down
Okay.
for everything, whatever we
Okay.
need there. I plan on being there the whole day, so. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any concerns about Easter extravaganza?
No.
Okay.
No. And on that note, I will see you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gloria.
You guys at the Easter event or any other upcoming things we have.
All right.
Do we need her for
No,
minutes?
You're,
We're
you're
good?
still a quorum with
Okay.
4.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bannon, he's like, why is everybody texting me right this second? What is happening?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He said, yes, he is.
That's funny.
And who's doing the coloring? Because it says egg hunt and coloring competition. So is that
I think Sir Optimus
Okay.
helped with the coloring competition last year, and
And I think they were doing it through the school or something. I don't remember what she said last
Yeah.
meeting.
What's the rocket now?
Yeah,
And they've already come pick up the crayons from the chamber.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have anywhere to store them, so I told them I'd have them at the chamber, so they already came and got them. So I know they're still doing it, and then the chamber's still doing the sidewalk chalk under the pavilion, so.
very cool.
All right. Aaron Hill, field, turf, grass upgrades.
So this was something that Councilman Lucas brought up. He wanted a pros and cons of the going from grass to artificial turf.
Mhm.
And so I have that. I don't know if I can certainly make copies for everybody.
I think you gave it to us last time.
I thought I did too, but if not, I can make copies if those of you
We can
that
just
want it.
discuss it if you want.
But this is what he wanted. He wanted to get some pros and cons for this. Obviously, we all know the situation where we have with the water and the drought and what the requirements are from Bureau of Reclamation for the town of Parker and all the, state of Arizona. We're not the only ones, obviously, to come up with plans for water conservation. So outside of changing landscapes, which we're in the process of doing, obviously, we're gonna do the same thing this next year with the library area. But outside of that, the parks will remain grass. But this is an opportunity for us to change that field to an artificial turf field. Benefits, as far as pros are concerned, increased playing time, It's not limited by the weather. Obviously, if it rains, you don't have anything out there in the field area that would impact your ability to play ball. You still have issues with the dirt, but saves water, obviously, saves on maintenance costs. We don't have to mow it. We don't have to do annual reseeding. So that's a huge savings as well. Playing surface is always the same, and there's no issues with that. It's cost-effective, long-term, it's attractive, looks nice. The cons for the turf, it retains heat, so that's one of the issues that comes up. And potentially higher upfront installation costs. I'm actually trying to get grant funding to actually get this done. So, I mean, that's the direction that I'm moving in. That would obviously be a huge savings for us if we can get this, even if it's a 50-50 matching grant. That would be a huge savings for the town. On the other side is grass. So the pros are it's good traction, cooling effect in hot climates, potentially lower upfront cost. Cons, high maintenance, uses large quantities of water, uses pesticides, herbicides, high maintenance costs, inconsistent playing surface, and inconsistent appearance. So, like I said, he wanted this information, and he hasn't been here for the last two meetings. So, we're still moving forward. I'm still actually working with the Bureau of Reclamation to try to see if this potential project meets the criteria. So I know they told me that in the coming months here, I met with them last month. They said probably in the April timeframe, they're going to have a new program come out with that's kind of geared towards these sort of projects and funding for these type of projects. So I would imagine in April timeframe, I'll get some information and be able to share that with the committee.
Good deal. Any questions? Nope.
Did you need anything from us?
No, I just wanted to, like I said, this was something that he wanted, so I don't know, obviously, this committee, it would be great for the committee to take it under consideration, and if we are able to get some funding, and, it would be nice to have your blessing on the project. So when we get to that point,
You got it already.
okay. Count you in. But otherwise, yeah, I think just a vote when it comes time would be certainly nice. That way council would understand that the committee's reviewed it and talked about it and discussed it. And it coming from you guys obviously is important and part of this committee, so.
Am I
This
able
might-
to, oh, go aheat, I'm sorry.
Sorry, this might be a dumb question, but is there different types of turf? There's one that's not so heat, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like tracks the heat? Because I'm sure there's turf in the state of Arizona somewhere,
There's a
so.
lot of different.
Actually, there's a lot in the state of Arizona and actually in California as well. I think to answer your question, yes, there are different types and different, I guess, quality or brands that you can go with. And
Prices.
the prices are, yeah, they can be extremely expensive. So it kind of just depends on once we get to that point, and figuring out what that is as far as type is concerned. I don't have those specifics right now, but yes, to answer your question, there are different types. I don't know how much of a difference in heat each one is, but I imagine there's something.
I think like Havasu has turf right now, don't they?
Yeah. Havasu changed their football field to turf, the high school.
Okay.
I don't know about their baseball fields, though. They did their baseball fields
It
as
is the
well?
baseball
is.
fields.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really nice.
because I know our girls went up there and it was very different for them to play on the turf.
Yeah.
Am I able to ask what David wanted to talk about with the soccer fields? I know it's been tabled, but was it something specific, like he?
I don't recall. It's been
He probably
it's
wanted
been
to
on here
clean
for a
them up
while.
again.
So this discussion has gone on for about the soccer fields for years and years and years of
Actually
turning it
using
into an actual soccer field over there at the city park. So I'd imagine that this is discussion, hey, can we bring this back up? Can we make plans to turn it into a full, regular, soccer field and maintain it as a soccer field? So over the years, I've explained to the committee that, yes, we can certainly do that. But we can't do it the way that we used to do it, which is they used to roll out this big, basically cannon and water that area out there. I don't know if it was ever grassed. This was before my time. And that's how they would water that area. We would actually do it correctly, and you'd have to install irrigation out there and put all the sprinklers in, get it graded, get it seeded or sodded, however we want to do it, and then maintain it as a full-fledged soccer field.
And we're talking about that little ditch area.
The
outside.
retention at the,
That's our,
next to
like,
field
retention
4.
pond.
Yeah, it's a retention pond, so it's dual purpose. It would have to always, it's always gonna be a retention area. Yeah, everything down 18th and essentially from 16th to 20th all drain
All goes that
towards
way.
that retention pond.
Okay.
Don't we usually do like a planning meeting? Did we do that yet this year? And pick like which projects we want to focus on for
No,
the year?
we have not done that yet.
Should we maybe put that
We
in
can
for
put that on the
time?
next
Future,
agenda.
future
Yep.
agenda, yes,
Yeah. So we
absolutely.
can kind of go over the list and narrow it down again. I know.
Yep.
I don't remember seeing it.
We can certainly do that,
Let's do it.
It'd be good to come up with a 5-year.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
I think
A
we did like
long-term.
a short-term, long-term. And we can revisit what we picked last year and kind of see what we actually accomplished. Which I know we did a lot.
Yeah, there's my list right there.
Yeah. I remember seeing
Our,
that.
our
I've seen
list.
that.
Yes.
I've seen that a few times.
That was kind of a,
So does that answer your question?
Yes.
So I don't know specifically why he wanted to put it on the agenda again, but
maybe he'll show up next time. We can figure it out.
By the time we finish the baseball field, we'll be turf experts.
Yes.
So we
maybe
won't worry
could
about
throw
planting
turf
grass.
down
We'll just
there.
throw turf.
Yeah. Then we don't have to water it. And maybe we won't get weeds and tumbleweeds and all
Right.
the things. So you never know.
All right. Everybody good?
Mhm.
All right, move new business. Discussion and action to approve or deny scheduling a potential work session, to discuss committee policies.
Did we want to pick a
This
day?
was what, yeah, Jen had talked about coming up with kind of a guideline for, participation and, what's kind of expected out of committee members. So if you guys want to pick a date and a time and we can schedule that, or if you want to wait till the chairman is here, or,
Don't we have that already that says we have to be here X amount of meetings and, or,
well, for meetings,
our
yes, but
committee.
not for like, showing up at events and,
oh,
that type of stuff.
Like what the expectations are, I guess. We could wait until Jennifer gets here. Then we can kind of pick a day that way. Because I think she wanted to be involved in that. So
so it's a general acknowledge.
I would
yeah,
say.
just
You
asking,
guys
yeah.
can all
So,
put in your 2
so I mean, the
cents.
purpose of that would be like, okay, you don't participate, now we're gonna tell you you can't be a part.
kick off.
I mean, we struggle to.
I mean, I feel
I mean, I
like
know everybody needs to
struggle to get
participate, but
members.
we're not trying to like
No,
whittle
that's
this
what
down.
No, that's what the work session's for, is
Okay.
to really just discuss the pros and cons and if we want to implement something or not. And kind of
So
discuss it there, and that way it doesn't take an hour of our meeting.
I would say let's, at our next meeting, let's discuss if we need to have a work session, so it doesn't take.
Right.
Because if we can just come to an agreement that
I mean,
Well-
everybody seems to participate pretty well.
we're doing a lot better.
Oh, this committee is fantastic. Personally, and I don't have any problems with this committee.
Way better than streets and traffic.
No, it's,
If you're
Awesome.
watching
Last
streets
few
and
years.
traffic.
Sorry.
there's no complaints
I think
about
we've
this
gone
committee
from like
whatsoever.
2 events to like,
Oh, the event,
6
yeah, I mean, your
events
guys'
and
events
different-
are
been a lot.
fantastic.
Okay.
lots of cool stuff.
All right, and then has everybody had the opportunity to review the minutes from February 14th?
Yes.
Is there any questions?
I think we just need a motion.
Yep.
Motion
Do we
and
have a
second.
motion to approve?
I'll motion to approve the meeting minutes for February 14th.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carried. So future topics would be,
Our list.
Can we add the
Yeah.
list?
yeah, the project list,
Sorry.
short-term and long-term.
You mentioned earlier a back to school event. Is that the one that's held here at this park that
Yeah.
Pace does?
Yes,
Is that what we're, okay.
It's in July, like right before.
Like
school
the
starts,
last
like
week
the last
before,
weekend,
yeah, okay.
Or week, yeah.
Right.
And they have like all the community.
There wasn't one last year, right?
No, there was.
No?
I don't think we
School?
did
There
it.
was.
No, I
There
think we
wasn't.
canceled.
Right there. I'm thinking of the,
We waited too long.
2 weeks before the event, so you guys did not have one. So
Yeah.
it's gonna
Okay,
be on the
so
agenda.
I'm
We're
gonna put
not
the back to
prepared.
school bash on the next
yeah,
agenda.
that's what I
Yeah.
was asking. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And so there's no other events between Easter extravaganza and back to school.
Correct.
Right, unless we want to add one. I know she wants to do the music in the park, but I feel like that might be, it's gonna be a little warm.
That's a,
Really
that's
fast.
certainly a fall or a
Probably be
spring.
fall or next
And that
winter.
was what?
So she wanted to do like every third Thursday of the month or
You know how
something.
some places
or
do
third
like first Fridays?
Saturday. They have music in the park, like a band and
That's- okay.
vendors.
And
Just something
vendors,
cute and fun.
Food and,
Okay.
Nothing too hands-on, I guess. It was just more of a community monthly fun thing to do.
Right.
Okay.
But
And our next meeting is after the egg hunt? Okay.
Yeah, so
April 11th.
right after.
all right, so if we can do our part and try to get as many eggs as we can between there.
And probably more vendor game booths then, because you said there's only 2 then?
they usually sign up
Vendors.
right.
Last
before,
minute.
We're gonna
kinda
see a
last
huge
minute.
push. Yeah, we see a huge push the week of the event. And Jennifer has had that list since the last meeting,
Yeah.
so.
You're saying vendors, like food vendors?
No, I'm thinking like, because
The game.
Game
the
vendors.
games, there was all, had set up a bunch of tables and the kids run around playing games and,
Do we have food vendors at this event?
Not
I
typically,
don't
we
think
didn't.
this one, no, because it's like a morning.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
do we want a food vendor?
I mean,
I don't.
when you said vendor,
If
that's
we haven't
just where
already
my mind
figured it
went.
out, we
Yeah.
probably shouldn't add. Unless she already has. I don't know who she's.
I mean,
talking
that's up to you guys, that's, oh.
At the last
Okay.
meeting, you had me email out
Okay.
the possible food
Oh, 'cause
vendors,
you
but I
were-
didn't contact her.
Yes.
But at the last meeting, I did do that the very next
Okay.
day.
I was gonna say, I
Pancakes.
feel like we talked about it, but it wasn't
Yum.
Egg-shaped
finalized or anything.
Yeah, I just send out, whenever you guys ask, I just send possible vending opportunities on this day for this event. If you're interested, contact Jennifer.
And it was to
But
contact
you
Jennifer.
asked me to send it out.
Okay.
Cool.
So, we need to ask Jennifer.
All right, so we'll work on eggs and,
How many more do we need? Or do you think we're, okay, as many as possible? Okay. Do we have to stuff them ourselves?
the
or-
Amazon pre-stuffed
Well,
ones
Or
are the
does
best.
somebody,
The business
does
is supposed
somebody
to stuff 'em.
services, can we acquire?
Just, Amber,
acquire
just
some?
order
Yeah,
the
you
ones
can
that are
buy the
already
pre-stuffed
stuffed.
ones
I know, I saw that.
Yeah,
They're like 4 times as much though.
From China.
well, how much is your time worth?
So much. I'm just kidding.
And then just a reminder, I'm sure it would be nice if any of us can help and support on the cemetery cleanup. I know most of my staff tries to help on that day. It is a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie. There,
That's this weekend, isn't
it is this weekend. It is a lot of bags of leaves. Last time we mostly focused on the old section where basically all those leaves fall. And
So do you want like blowers and things or?
blowers,
what do you
rakes,
mean?
we didn't have blowers
Gloves.
last time, so
Yeah,
anything,
Just bring whatever
I
you
know a
can.
guy, virtuous sweeping.
I know a guy.
you sweep the
I
dirt.
can send a teenager with a blower.
Bunch of blowers.
But it definitely would help because it was a ton of work to rake, reset up people's fences, and it was, and it took a long time, and we were literally got like a strip done, and we're like, that's all we did. So,
Okay.
but I think it would be nice to support them and that effort. Anything else before we adjourn the meeting? Nope. Okay, we'll adjourn the meeting at 4:40 p.m.
Buddy.
You're green too.
I am green. Apparently
I didn't.
Sure.
Already
Can you
stuffed?
grab them?
No, because I told her.
Oh, they're the big eggs. Yeah, big trays. I gotcha.
You need help?
No, they're right. They're over here. They're all condensed down
Oh.
to boxes, believe it or not.
Okay. I'll just put them in the